Yo, what is up guys? It is Samool back again with another Epic 7 video for you guys today. And today we're going to be talking all about the unit that you see on your screen here, how to build her, what stat guidelines you should be looking for, and just where to use her in general. That being said, before we get started with this video though guys, if you guys aren't already following me on Instagram, make sure you guys follow me there. We are doing a giveaway at 20k subscribers on YouTube. Very easy to participate in. All you guys have to do is follow me on Instagram and like the post that I upload there once I do hit that 20k milestone. So that being said, Apocalypse Ravi, right, or ML Ravi as some would say. She is a very strong unit for PvP, and she's also very decent for PvE as well. She's going to be pretty much everywhere in Arena and Guild Wars defense and offense, and in World Arena or RTA, she's going to be a very highly contested pick. You'll see her pre-banned a lot or even first picked a lot as well. Just very powerful in every aspect of PvP. Definitely a must pull if you guys haven't pulled for her yet. She's currently running on the Mystic banner on the rotation right now. Definitely pull for her over the other two ML 5 stars. That being said, let's talk about her skills before we get into, her gear, so you guys actually know what she does. So her S3, guys, one of the most broken S3s in the game. You'll see there's a lot of text because it is an overloaded skill. It is a single target attack, and when you defeat an enemy or kill an enemy, you will revive one random dead ally with 30% HP, CR push them by 100%, and also give them a skill nullifier, which basically makes it so that they are basically guaranteed 1 or 2 turns, and this damage will scale with Apocalypse Ravi's max HP. You're also going to see here that when someone dies on the field, the damage of this skill increases and it can stack up to 3 times. This skill does crazy amounts of damage if you build Apocalypse Ravi correctly. It is a single target nuke. You can one-shot squishies, and once this stacks up a few times, you can even pretty much almost one-shot tankier units if you can get them a little bit lower. And you're going to see it's really easy to get units low with Apocalypse Ravi's S1 when you actually read it, which we'll talk about in a second. Next, we have our S2. This is going to be a 30% flat crit chance boost, making her a lot more easier to gear than other bruisers, although it's still kind of hard to gear her. And she also will have a fighting spirit mechanic. You're going to see every time she's attacked, she will consume 10 fighting spirit to CR push herself by 15% and also heal herself. And this heal will scale with her max HP. Most of the time, guys, if you're not against a super fast CC heavy team, Apocalypse Ravi will very rarely run out of fighting spirit, so you're just going to be constantly CR pushing and constantly healing yourself, which makes her a very annoying unit to deal with. Next, we have her S1, single target attack. It is going to also inflict injuries and also heal herself with built-in lifesteal on it. Also will deal more damage with her max HP, and the injuries will scale with the damage, and you can soul burn this to do even more damage. So yeah, very overloaded S1 as well. You have basically a heal built in, you have injuries built in, and you also, this does a lot of damage as well because it scales with your max HP. So as you can see, guys, Apocalypse Ravi basically has everything. She has a revive, single target nukes, injuries, and also this CR push and healing. If you ignore her, right, she's going to apply injuries to your team and then, one-shot someone with the S3. If you don't ignore her and you constantly hit her, she's just constantly healing and getting more turns off. So what do you do against Apocalypse Ravi? Not much you can do besides, try to CC her. But, for the most part, very powerful, well-balanced unit. Kit-wise, she's pretty OP if you look at her from a different perspective, but yeah, very strong for sure. So that being said, how do you want to build her? So there's going to be 2 types of builds. You're going to most likely see, actually 3 types of builds. You're going to run her on penetration set for sure. If you guys don't have access to penetration set, I would definitely recommend, HP set or even crit set, right? But penetration is the best because her S1 and S3 scales with it because they're both single target attacks. And then the 4 set you're going to want to run, there's pretty much 3 choices. We're going to talk about the most common one. The most common one is the set that I'm running on, is speed set, right? You just, put on speed set and penetration set. The other 2 are less common, but also very good. Counter set and destruction set. The only thing is, it is a bit harder to gear her on those sets because you need to make sure she's fast enough still to be able to take turns. But speed set is definitely the most common. Destruction set is technically a little bit better if you have better gear, but I personally recommend speed set, and counter set is pretty good for defense teams, but I personally like taking extra turns because a lot of people try to CC Apoc Ravi or try to ignore her anyways. That being said, what about stat guidelines? So stat guidelines, guys, pretty simple, but very hard to reach for. So speed-wise, I think if you're on speed set, right, As long as you're above like 190 speed, you should be okay. Counter set like 170, right? If your destruction set around like 180, 170 as well. Obviously, the more, the better. The more important thing though is that your HP, crit chance, and crit damage are high enough, right? HP, you definitely want 24k if you can aim for it. Crit chance, you want 100%, and crit damage as high as you can. I personally recommend going at least above 250. If you can go even higher like I did, it's even better, because Apoc Ravi, although she's very tanky, she does crazy amounts of damage, especially if you reach that 24k HP breakpoint, because her damage starts ramping up very crazily with her max HP. For defense, just as much as you can. I think anything above 1200 is okay. And for attack, you know, you don't really need to prioritize that at all. But yeah, it's an okay boost, but most of her damage is going to be coming from her max HP and that crit damage. So yeah, these are the, you know, gears I'm running her on. Nothing too insane. Honestly, pretty good actually for, you know, most Apoc Ravis. I just have to gem this attack out for like flat HP or something, right? Also gem this, maybe flat HP for speed or something like that. But for the most part, guys, you know, my Apoc Ravi is pretty good, but there's a lot better ones out there. You can even see, you know, crazier Apoc Ravis that are super tanky. Some people like to run 30k HP full tank Apoc Ravis to survive Hwayoungs, but for the most part, this is going to be the most common stat line. For artifact, guys, the most common one is going to be Proof of Valor. It is going to be making it so that Apoc Ravi can live through Hwayoung's S3, which is most important, and it just makes her super tanky. If you are planning to use her a lot in World Arena and you ban Hwayoung a lot, you can actually put her on an artifact known as Crimson Seed, which is going to be from Hall of Trials, making it so that whenever she gets attacked, she has a chance to cleanse herself, which makes her very good. So yeah, very strong unit, guys. She's pretty much used everywhere. PvP, like I said, everywhere. PvE, you can slot her in Ancient Inheritance, you can put her in Automaton Tower, you can put her in the Kiss of Frost Advent Side Story, she's good. Just anything where you need a very tanky bruiser, and she's very nice because she can revive your teammates if one of your teammates accidentally dies. So that being said, what about Molagora? So Molagoras, guys, pretty simple. Most bruisers, same with Apoc Ravi, are going to want to be plus 15 because they need tankiness, they need cooldowns, and they need more damage. They just basically need everything. Mine's not plus 15, but I'm one actually catalyst away. I can actually buy that whenever I want. I'll probably do it before I start playing PvP again. But you definitely want to plus 15 her. If you are on a budget, then definitely max out her S3 first, and then her S2, and then S1 is a little bit less of a priority, but still very good to put Molagora investment into. So yeah, Apoc Ravi, guys, definitely pull for her. She is insane. She's pretty future proof. Honestly, her kit is just so ridiculous right now, and after her buffs, she's been meta, like top tier, first picked everywhere, like for almost, actually more than a year now. So extremely powerful unit, guys. You definitely don't want to miss out on her. Like I said, she's currently running in the banner right now, in the Mystic Summons. You know, spend all your Sky Stones and your Mystic Metals trying to pull for her Sky Stones to refresh the shop, obviously, because she's a crazy unit. So that being said, that's pretty much it for this video though, guys. Apocalypse Ravi, all you need to know about her, very powerful unit. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.